Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick edit here to get some of this magenta cast off. So first thing I'm going to do is create a new, or duplicate this background layer, Command J. And I'm doing this on my laptop, so you're going to hear the click from my trackpad as I click, so I apologize for that. So the first thing we're going to do is make a levels adjustment layer. And what we want to do on the levels adjustment layer is click on the whitest part of the image. So one way to do that is actually to option and drag this white mark here to the left, and it will reveal the whitest parts first. So you can see that the whitest parts are right in here. You could drop a register mark there if you wanted to, a color sampler mark, but I won't do that. It's not really necessary. Incidentally, you can also drag on the black to see the darkest parts. But we know where these lightest parts are. They're right about there. So we're going to click there with my white dropper. Okay, that pops it pretty well. Then one thing we can do is also to bring back some of the contrast to the blacks and darks is to drag this left side black slider all the way to the edge of the histogram where it starts to pick up right in this area. So we'll take that right to there. Then we can move around the midpoint if we wanted a little more contrasty or a little more dreamy, I guess you might call it. Let's leave it right there. All right. We'll close that and let's look at before and after. Looks pretty good. Let's also make a curves adjustment layer and give it a tiny bit of an S-curve. Like so, not much. All right. And while we're here on the curves adjustment layer, let me show you a trick for managing snow and bringing out the features and texture in snow. I live in Colorado, so this is something I deal with quite a bit. So on the RGB curve, take this black point once you've put some anchor points somewhere and drag it to the right. You see how those, now ignore the dog and ignore the sky, but you see how those tire tracks really pop out in this area? So we can close this out and then just paint a mat on the mask here. So brush, black, and it doesn't have to be precise because it's really just these tire track areas that we want to maybe not in the case of this picture, but in some pictures you might want to make sure show. So for example, if the dog was running through the snow and knocking snow up into the air, you might want to feature those chunks of snow in the air and make them more visible. So this is a good way to do that. So again, might not be what you want to do here. There's no purpose for tire tracks really, but those chunks of snow are the same as chunks of snow that are in the air. Now you can see them, whereas before they were really kind of hidden. So that's something to consider doing when you have snow. So again, before and after. This is after, before, after, before, after. So it's largely a matter of taste, but I definitely took the magenta cast out by using that levels layer. And really all that's doing is adjusting your white balance by using your white color picker. I mean, frankly, you could use the gray color picker and pick a target neutral, and it would work about the same. We need to find a target there. Wherever I click there, that's a target neutral. That's a neutral. So, all right. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.